and a physical standpoint to be active for those 4 to 5 hours. But I think certainly it will pay off in having a broader base of fitness for when you get back into hurling.
Well, I suppose one of the most inspiring things I read about was Lance Armstrong's story. And last year when I was preparing for the All-Ireland Championship at home and training full-time, having taken the 8 months off university, it's a book I read and it really inspired me. I went to see him in the Tour de France and I saw him climb to this mountain called Courchevel in the fog. It was so high, and winning that stage. And when I thought about doing an event that would raise funds for a good cause, the first thing that came to mind was the memory of my father in the bed. So I got back from Canada a week or two before he passed away, and I hadn't seen him in 2 months. And I could not get over the body mass that he'd lost. He was emaciated in the bed. And for such a vibrant, healthy man, that was a real shock. So straight away, that was the cause. It was cancer. And the Lance Armstrong Foundation just came with time. Now, why I've included the Irish Cancer Society is because obviously it's an Irish charity. They do great work in Ireland, and me being Irish, I wanted to do something for the people of Ireland. We're going to have a night in Toronto that the Irish Association have planned. So once we had the route, or the journey, which was to cycle across both countries, and we had the charities, I needed to put people in place that would help bring this about. And the first fella that I ran into was Dr. Travis McDonough. And Travis agreed to head things up in Ireland and has done an absolutely stellar job in doing so.
My name is Dr. Travis McDonough, and I met Tony, I guess, 4 years ago in the surgery. And even though I was the doctor at the time, I think since I've met Tony, I've learned a lot more from him than he's learned from me. And I've been lucky enough to get involved with this organization. The first thing that struck me most about Tony was his enthusiasm for life and his positive outlook on life. And he certainly inspired me to be a better person and to live every day to the fullest. And I know this journey and this fundraising group is going to change many lives, and that's really what Tony's all about, is trying to get the image across and the idea across that we can change this world for the better, one person at a time. One of the other qualities certainly that Tony exudes, and anyone who knows him certainly knows it's a key ingredient of Tony, is this humble nature. He is one of those people that's larger than life. He exudes these qualities that some of the great people in the world have. And us, the people who know him and are lucky enough to be close to him, certainly have benefited from it. Humble is certainly a word that he has used to apply to the foundation, because the journey that he's about to embark on across Canada is truly remarkable. He is going to be going from coast to coast across the second largest landmass in the world. He's going to be biking from Vancouver to Halifax City, which is over 7,000 kilometers. And there's so many obstacles on the way. Things like the Rocky Mountains, which are a monstrosity of elevations, where he's going to be dealing with huge altitudes, and he could be having to withstand soaring temperatures in midday. He'll be going across the prairie provinces, where all he'll see is cornfields for thousands of miles. So the monotony of those aren't easy to get through. He'll be biking across the Canadian Shield, and believe it or not, a real obstacle when you're going across the Canadian Shield are bears and moose and deer, and it's hard for people to believe, but that's very much the case. And then he comes into the East Coast, where he'll be going through many fishing villages to finish in Halifax before he takes the plane over and arrives in Dublin. And I know how proud he'll be and how proud we'll be when he comes in to finish the journey in his home city or hometown of Ennis.
Hey Tony, this is Lance Armstrong coming to you live from the Tour of California here in sunny, beautiful Stockton, California. Anyways, to the point, I want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your life to ride your bike across Canada and Ireland in support of the Lance Armstrong Foundation and everything that we do in the spirit of Live Strong. It means the world to us, and it means the world to the people that we're trying to make a difference in their lives. And I want to thank you personally, and as an organization, we want to all thank you and wish you luck, and hope everything goes well. Keep in mind, live strong.
And Clare hurler Tony Griffin will not feature in this year's Munster Championship. Griffin will be cycling across Canada and Ireland to raise money for cancer charities. He's linked up with former Tour de France champion Lance Armstrong's foundation.
I won't play until at the very, very latest, or earliest, should I say, after the Munster Championship. So yeah, that was a tough decision, because obviously I love the game so much. But this says, my dad passed away in 2005 from cancer. After that day, I said I'm going to do something that's bigger for myself, for others, and really has culminated with setting up the Tony Griffin Foundation. At the time, that was just a vision, but since then, people have rolled in behind it.
So do you expect to see Davy back?
Who knows? Who knows? I'd say the only man that knows that now would be perhaps himself and Tony. But that's something they'll work out. And as we were saying this morning over breakfast, if we're positive enough that we can find a cure to cancer, well then surely something can be done there.
Way of describing it. Moving all over the field. Here comes Tony Griffin, and that is going straight over the bar. And you can see it here. Originally, it was a hefty shoulder on Adrian Finlay. When he came out to Tony Griffin, took his point well. Easiness is there when the Wexford handling. Nicely putting inside is Tony Griffin with the short grip. Tries to put this one over the bar and succeeds.